Hi, Mrs. Harmer here again with another Spanish session, but with a difference. Let me share my screen so then I can tell you what I mean by that. So, today we're not going to be so much speaking Spanish, we're going to be looking Spanish, okay? Because we are going to check out some of the different geography of Spain and the UK, okay? So, as we go on, we'll look at the UK and then we'll look at the equivalent bit of Spain. Okay, so here I go now. Look at my map here. This is the UK. Very easy thing. I want you to turn to the person next to you and tell them what are the different bits and pieces of the UK called. And I've given you one as here as a clue as to what I'm talking about. So I'll hang on for you for a moment just while you work out which are the different bits. Okay, cool. Glad you've talked about that. Now, hopefully, you realised that I was talking about these things here. So, the UK is made up of England, Wales, Scotland, and Northern Ireland. Okay, it has 11 regions, it's chopped up into 11 pieces, including places like Scotland and Wales and Northern Ireland, who are counted as separate countries. Okay, they are not the same country as England. Let's move on. Okay, so like I say, I'm going to show you some different parts of Spain and we're going to see how much alike or different they are to the UK. Just in case you're wondering, Spain, in all its different colours here, has 17 regions, okay? Quite a big country in landmass. We'll go back to that in a minute. Okay, so here's my selection of views from the south part of England. And before I really get going, actually, I'm going to just apologise right now, okay? My specialism, because I've lived here all of my life, is the south part of England. And I'm very sorry, even now, I'm going to say it, if I miss out your favourite part of the UK or Spain. If you're expecting me to show you absolutely everywhere, obviously that's not a realistic expectation. And so I'm going to apologise right now if you don't spot your favourite bit, but hopefully you will see things that you love. Okay, so like I say, this is the south coast, really, of England. We've got many and various counties, including the one we live in at the moment, Kent. Okay, here's a lovely view of Kent with an oast house, which is where you dry hops, a famous product of Kent. Okay, so it goes Kent over this side. Then we move along to Sussex, where I have lived quite a long part of my life, but now I'm in Kent, so it's all good. Next door to that is Hampshire, which I've got to be honest here, I haven't got a picture of Hampshire because I think this one's Sussex as well. Next door to that is Dorset, okay. Next door to that is Devon, and next door to that is Cornwall, okay. And there we are. So I've got lovely views from all of those. This is really lovely, beautiful place, the south coast. That's that part of England. Let me show you the equivalent of the Spanish one. Okay, the south of Spain, the region here is called Andalusia. Okay, and here are some views. We have the Costa del Sol, which are these two pictures here, which is here. We have places like Antequera, which has evidence of Roman baths, as we do in some places in this country. I'm going to be honest about that. And Moorish Castle, as well as these layered rock formations, which I don't think that I've ever seen anything like. Okay. Here is a famous type of village rather, in the Alpujarras, I'm so sorry. Famously white buildings here. And I'm also showing you a vineyard in Andalusia because, as you can see, the south of Spain is very close to the north of Africa. So I'm thinking they must get quite a lot of very hot sunshine there, which is fantastic for grapes. We do have vineyards in this country, and usually they are in the south of our country as well. Okay, let's move it on. So that's the south. Here we go. Here's some views from what is commonly known as the Midlands. Okay, it's basically the middle of England. Like I say, I haven't got everywhere because there are so many counties in England. If I picked them all, well, we'd be here till forever. Okay, so I've just got a few beautiful examples, and you might notice that I'm really sort of focusing on the countryside, but that's a good thing because we've got a lot of beautiful countryside in this country, and so has Spain. So we have the Peak District in Derbyshire. Here's some Leicestershire countryside. Here's Ludlow Castle in Shropshire. Herefordshire, with a famous Hereford bull there. Lincolnshire, which apparently is quite a flat place. Worcestershire, I've got the sauce there as well. You might have heard of Worcestershire sauce. I don't know whether it's just named after the county or whether it's actually from there. Maybe that's a bit of research you could do yourself. Here's Mallory Court in Warwickshire. And then if we move over to the east of England, it's actually this segment of the country is called East of England. It's got places like Norfolk, which is on this coast here, and Ely in Cambridgeshire is the other one. You might have heard of the famous universities, Oxford and Cambridge. So Oxford is kind of like in this sort of area, and Cambridge is in the east of England. Okay, famous places I am showing you. Okay, so that's the middle and the east. Let me show you the equivalent. Oh, hang on, I've got to show you Wales and Northern Ireland first because this is the west because we're doing the middle of the landmass. Okay, so you have in Wales, you have beautiful mountains and you have quite a few castles. Okay, so here's Conwy Castle, and then I found a picture of, well, you look at this name, would you know how to say that? Apparently it's Gurich. Okay, I probably haven't said that quite right. Sorry if you are at all Welsh, maybe you could say that better than me. So these are pictures from Wales. Got a beautiful lake there, a lot of lovely countryside in Wales and Northern Ireland. And these are the most western parts of our landmass of the UK. Okay, so I was very excited, as well as these beauties here, places like this in Northern Ireland. I was very excited to find out that the Giant's Causeway is actually in Northern Ireland. And if you've ever seen this, it's like a volcanic pathway almost into the sea. There is a legend that goes with that. Again, I feel like you need to go and investigate. I'm going to pause here for a moment because I want you to turn to the person nearest you. I expect you're dying to do this, and tell them anywhere that you think you've seen so far that you really must go to. But I'm only going to give you a very short moment to do that. Okay, that's quite enough of that. I mean, I do want you to talk this lesson, but you know, we've got to get on now. Okay, so we're going back over Spain. So we went from sort of like Midland and then to the east and to the west. Now we're going to go from the west of Spain right over to the east. Okay, so here we are. This area in Spain, the whole region is called Extremadura. And here's a view from there. Is that not lovely? Again, more of the Roman remains, which are here at Merida, which is right in the middle of it. And here's a lovely coastal town. Obviously, this is Portugal, which is a separate country that is not part of Spain. Okay, so Western Spain. Here's the middle of Spain, which includes Madrid, which is where I went to. The capital is Madrid. It's a very fun place to go to. I would highly recommend it. And it has mountains completely surrounding it. But these ones here, the Guadarrama range, where you can go horse riding apparently, are along this side of it. Okay, now we're going to go to eastern Spain. Again, very lovely coastline all the way down. Okay, Costa, by the way, just means coast. Okay, so you've got various coasts down this side. I've already shown you the Costa del Sol, very famous. Costa Calida, I feel like, from my knowledge of the rest of Spanish, I think that's just called hot coast, really. And Costa Blanca, that's white coast. Okay, so you've got various coasts down here, with Valencia being on the coast as well. So here's Valencia's beach, really nice. And then you have on slightly further up, as you can see, that there is this bit here, Barcelona. Again, it's a city on a coast, which is, it would be unusual in this country, I feel like, to have such a big city with as big a beach as this. That's actually almost part of the city, okay? Like I say, the coastline, this bit here counts as Catalonia, which is this. It runs all the way down and it has lots of beautiful beaches like that. Tell you, this is so lovely being a tourist everywhere. Tourist in our country, tourist in Spain. Okay, got a bit of a challenge for you now. I have all these different regions down here pictured. So I've got pictures of Scotland, pictures of northwestern England, pictures of northeastern England, northwestern Spain, northeastern Spain. Now I'm saying northeastern and northwestern because in both places, in the UK as well as Spain, the regions, if I just said northeast, particularly for this country, that is actually what one of the regions is called, northeast and northwest. They're called that. So I'm not wanting to lump regions together, so I'm saying they're on the northeastern and northwestern side, okay? There we go. So I'll show you the pictures and then you can work out, are they in columns here? Are they in northeastern Spain, northwestern Spain, Scotland, northwestern England, or northeastern England? Okay, where are these pictures from? But from what you've seen already, what do you think is likely to be the case? So pause me now, have that discussion with the people nearest you. Which ones of these pictures in the columns, like I say, like this, which ones of these are either northwestern Spain, northeastern Spain, Scotland, northwestern England, northeastern England? Have that chat right now. Pause me. Okay, I'm back with you now. So here we go. Column 1. Where do you think that is? Is it in Spain? Is it in the UK? Which one is it? I'm hoping you said Scotland, because these are all pictures from Scotland. Are they not beautiful? This is in fact Edinburgh. I have been there myself. So all of these pictures are lovely pictures from Scotland. Okay. In fact, let's stick you. Come on down. That's all Scotland. Okay. Number 2. I wonder where you thought that was. If you said northwestern England, you would be right. So I'm just going to move this down here. Like I say, there's different regions in northwestern England. I have relatives now in that area of the country, so I have to be very aware of this. This here, actually, I think actually, no, this one here is Cumbria. Okay. Very beautiful, lots of lakes and mountains, quite rural. This city here, that's Manchester, okay? And that's in northwestern England, okay. So my next one along, what is number 3? Is that going to be Spain or is that going to be England or Scotland? Oh, it can't be Scotland. We'd already done Scotland. Silly me. Okay, so this one is actually northeastern England. And this place here is called Bamburgh Castle. It's actually a castle which looks like it's on a beach. Totally amazing, right? So we have Newcastle here. And here, these are Yorkshire Dales, which are obviously in Yorkshire. Okay, so that's this one here. Okay. So these two, they must be Spain. Pretty difficult to tell which one's which, but I'm going to help you out here. Let's grab, oh, I've got to place northeastern England first. There we are. Let's pop you there. Northeastern Spain, all the way down there. Thing. This is northeastern Spain. So I guess I am right. Here is Pamplona in the Navarra region. It's quite a famous event. I'm not sure it happens anymore, but it involves people running away from bulls. Yeah, if you want to investigate more on that one, do that. But it's quite a dangerous sport because bulls are quite dangerous. So this one is a place called Huesca, and that's in northeastern Spain, which is this one here. Just while we're in this on this map here, look how close France is. Okay, all of these border France, and I've got another thing to show you as well. Aragon. Do you recognise the name Aragon? If you do, it might be because you know something about King Henry VIII and his 6 wives. His first one, Catherine, was Catherine of Aragon, and this is where she came from. Okay, moving on. So this one here has got to be northwestern Spain. Okay, and right here we have Leon. Should we look up here? Okay, is in this area. Very beautiful parts of Spain. Okay. I've got another thing to show you here. Now, Spain, as you might have seen, in fact, if I pop back here, go right back to the beginning, oh, almost. Spain has a lot of islands, okay? A lot of islands just here. And so I thought I'd see if you can tell the difference between a Spanish island and a UK island. So we've got an island just there. There are other islands, but I've picked that one. Let me show you what I mean. So, oh, here we go. So, which one of these pictures do you think, from what you've seen so far, which one of these is Spanish? Okay, so one of them is pictured on this map just here, and the other one is pictured on this map, and it's actually off the coast of Hampshire and Dorset. Okay, I'll give you a moment. Okay, that's good. So the one on the left, actually, let me get my arrows. Do that one. The one on the left here is actually the Spanish island. Lovely water. And the one on the right is actually the Isle of Wight, which, as I say, is off the south coast. It's an amazing place. I've been there quite a lot, and it's a really enjoyable place to go. It's got lots of lovely beaches, but they don't quite look like this. Okay, so let's compare. In the UK, the average July temperature, which is quite a hot time of year for us, is 21 degrees Celsius, 70 degrees Fahrenheit, for those of you who like that sort of thing. And the lowest can be down to 12 degrees Celsius or 53 degrees Fahrenheit. Meanwhile, in Spain, the warmest time of the year is generally late July, and the highs are regularly around 30.5 degrees centigrade, which is 86.9 Fahrenheit, with temperatures rarely dropping below 18.3 degrees centigrade, which is 64.9 Fahrenheit at night. So if you look at the lower temperatures for nighttime, they're quite close to our highest temperatures for daytime. So that's quite a big difference. It is a hotter place to be in Spain. Let's look at rainfall. The average rainfall in the UK is 1,374 millimetres. That's how we have it on average, if they even it all up over the year. In Spain, it's 600 millimetres. So Spain is a lot drier than the UK. Let's have a look at population, another part of geography here. So in the UK, we have around about 67 million people living in the UK. In Spain, which is quite interesting, they have around 47 million. Let me show you the next bit. The land mass, the actual area of land that we have 242,495 kilometres squared to live on. And in Spain, it's actually virtually twice the size. They have 505,999 kilometres squared. So it's a bigger country with less people. Can you see they've got less people than we do? There we go. Now then, I hope you've enjoyed our tour around the countries. I hope you've seen places in both areas of the world that you would like to go and visit, because that was my whole plan. I wanted to show you where we live as well as Spain, where you may not have been yet. Some of you have. So what I want you to do now is I'm going to allow a bit more talk. You can have a discussion now, probably first with the people nearest to you. Have you been to Spain? Have you been to some of the other parts of where we live in the UK? Okay, and your third thing I want you to do, your third conversation, is which one would you like to live in most or visit most? Okay, so that's your last chunk of conversation. But like I say, hope you've enjoyed the tour. I've loved doing it. So I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.